All right, so we're going to be looking at the Southport Volleyball Club website and walk through a few of some high impact changes that you can make right away to help more athletes and parents find you, understand what it is you have to offer, and take the next steps to join your club. I'll keep this short and practical. So before I walk through some of the suggestions and improvements, I'm going to tell you what is working well. First off, this logo and this navigation structure, it's very clear. People are used to looking to the top left for your logo, and the navigation structure is very clear of what each page, what is the content on each page. So that is very clear. It's saying Southport Volleyball Club at the top of your website, so people know where they are. So that's something that is very clear. And there are clear links to your social platforms as well. So let's start and look at some of the back end basics. And first off, one of the quickest wins you can make is by updating your title and meta description so they're clear and specific. Your title right now, it doesn't tell me exactly what you are and where you're located. So I would suggest changing that title to maybe Southport Volleyball Club and then saying it's Boys Volleyball Club in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This helps both parents and search engines know what you do and who you serve. This meta description is currently missing. This is the text under your link in Google. So if you searched Southport Volleyball Club, so this is going to be that title, and here is that meta description. Right now, it looks like since it's not there, Google is just pulling what it thinks from your website, how it describes your website based on what it thinks from the text on your page. So I had a suggestion of what we could add in this description, and granted, it's not based specifically on your club, so you would have to make add something that is more specific to your club. But here was my suggestion, something along the lines of boys volleyball training and competition in Kenosha, Wisconsin for athletes ready to take their game to the next level. This URL, that's for your homepage. The canonical URL, that's just telling Google what is the preferred main page for this URL. So this is the home page. The URL for this page would be the same thing as that. And so that would be something you would add to each of those pages. Once we get into headings and structure, your main heading is the H1 tag, and it's currently showing page search, which doesn't really help anyone. So I would change it to your club name and what you have to offer, something like Boys Southport Volleyball Club. Then using these other heading tags to guide visitors through your site. For example, upcoming tryouts and registrations, available camps and clinics, about Southport Volleyball Club. So these heading tags are just giving you a brief description of what you're going to be reading about in the paragraphs below. So clear headings make the page easier to scan and also help your website be found in search engines. So next we're going to talk about links. Links are like pathways and guides, both to visitors and in Google throughout your site. So there's three kind of links. There's internal, external, and then there's backlinks. Internal links are when you're linking to other pages within your website, and it looks like there's a good mix of internal and external. External points to other trusted sites like partners. It could be like USA Volleyball or Badger Region. So these help boost your credibility. Also, the backlinks are when other websites link to your site, and that it's not shown here, but that is also something that's really helpful for helping boost your credibility, is by having other sites linked to yours. So this could be like a community events page, local news article, volleyball associations, Badger Region. So make sure all your links work. Broken links frustrate visitors and hurt your rankings. And this next section is images. Images can make your site look great, but if they're too big, they can slow down load time and push visitors away, especially on mobile. So I looked into this a little bit, and it looks like this Southport Volleyball Club image logo that is 585 kilobytes, and your background is 480. You want to aim to try to get those image sizes to 100, under 100 kilobytes. And by using a free tool, you can just add your images to this Squishtop app. And I can show you how it's being used right now. So if we're taking that 585 kilobyte image, it compresses it down to 4 kilobytes. And I would recommend using this WebP, which is a web format that just scrunches it down. You can see like the red is before, the blue is after. You're not losing any quality in this image, but then you can just download that image and then upload it to your site, and it will help it run faster. Um, Also, every image should have an alt tag. So it's right now we're seeing that 10 of your images don't have an alt tag. This is a short description of what is in the image, like Southport boys volleyball team celebrating a win. Alt text helps visually impaired visitors understand your images as well, and also helps Google understand your content, which helps improve your rankings. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is having what you do front and center of your website. Right now, I can edit this. It's not changing any of your website. It's just an application. And so this is front and center. I would change this to something like Boys Southport Volleyball Club. And then this would be, so that's going to be your main header tag, the H1 we were talking about earlier. And then underneath that, you're going to have maybe something describing more about your club. So a suggestion that I had was maybe something along the lines of, we are a boys volleyball club in Kenosha, Wisconsin, offering athletes the coaching, competition, and commitment they need to compete at the highest levels. So this tells parents instantly that you're in the right place, and it tells a little bit more about what your club does and who you are. And so that would be front and center of your website. The next thing I would suggest adding would be FAQs. So FAQs are one of the simplest way to save time and improve your site's usefulness. They answer common questions parents have before they email or call you, and they also help you show up in Google when people search for those questions. So an example of some FAQs that you could have, and I would suggest like towards the bottom of the page, would be like where our practice is held, how much does it cost to join, what are the age groups you're offering trainings for, do you offer strength and conditioning programs, when are tryouts. You're placing your FAQs at the bottom of the homepage or a specific program page. Not only will this help parents make decisions faster, they'll also position your club as helpful and organized. Now we'll talk about calls to action. Your tryout link, there's a link for tryouts right here on your website. I would suggest making that something a little bit more bold, maybe a button that's a different color, maybe blue or something like that, that says register for tryouts. I would place it maybe after this supporting paragraph and having a button here like register for tryouts. A couple other things I noticed is there's the news and alumni pages. There's nothing on this alumni page, this news page. This link, if you go to it, it doesn't go to anything. It's just telling you, oh, that page just doesn't exist. So I would suggest removing that. The calendar, I know it's not club season right now. If you're not using this, I would suggest removing that page completely. And then in the bottom section, it looks like there's duplicate content for your social links. I would remove maybe these three because you still have these ones, and this one looks like it's a broken link. So, so those are suggestions I have to wrap it up. These are some small but powerful changes that will make it easier for parents to find you online, understand what it is you offer, and sign up.